she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mistra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic.
Ruh-roh.
It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mistra, wherever she may be.
Your goddess calls. Serve her or denounce her as you will, but you cannot ignore her.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mistra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
Yeah, I've been playing for a long time and never had any issues. I do stream in balanced mode, like the middle of the road, because since I am on an older rig, if I run it at ultra and I'm streaming, I will sometimes get frame drops. Nothing huge, but like usually when I'm doing animation sequences, it'll like skip a little bit in animation sequences because it's older tech. So, but running on the middle of the road balanced mode, I've had zero. I've been streaming the whole way through and like zero issues. All right, you're ready for this, Gale?
Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover.
It's a great way to describe it,
My
Gale.
Omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
Of all the things to be nervous about, an audience with a goddess seems reasonable.
You're kind to say so, but this is hardly my first time in Mistra's presence. It's more the matter of what I'm going to say to her. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
Well, I'll take a peek at it when we get to a place where we can. Nocticon. Gale has such a will with words, says Dominicus. Yeah, I love him. Oh, is he gonna go by himself? You're not taking me with you.
The summoning channel Mistra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone.
Wow, are we not gonna be able to see what goes on unless we control Gale? Don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say.
You'd make a fine 3-dragon anti-player, you know?
Thank you
I think
very
it's
much,
best
sir.
I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3-dragon anti. I'll let Mistra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
It's a cool statue. Good luck, Gale. Oh, are we going along for his ride? I didn't realize we were going to get to participate in this.
You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered
Oh!
what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
She looks
Because
cool
you
as
have
hell,
no right
man.
to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated.
Dun, dun,
You
dun.
unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite Weave.
You can no more control the Karsite Weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of
Yeah, it looks pretty
souls
cool,
in the
Kujaru.
face.
The aura.
If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
Great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
You know, all of these issues between them could be solved if she would just be truthful with him from the get-go. Like, why hide all that information from him until now? You know? Alright, we gotta follow up with Gale here. I'm surprised we saw that.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw it. After all this time.
Her power felt overwhelming, even from here.
And what you felt was but the slightest drop, drawn from the rushing torrent that is the weave. I confess, without my former prowess, even I struggle to stand her presence. The effects on the mortal body of such unfettered magical exposure cannot be overestimated. She held back in order to protect us, to make sure I heard her. The Karsite weave, within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that?
It's not your fault. You weren't to know. And that's the key here. She didn't want him to know.
But I should have known. What right had I to go about declaring myself an archmage when I was as foolish as a common apprentice in setting such an entity loose? At least now I'm armed with the truth. And Mistra's expectations. Sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Karsus.
Oh, man. These are, I don't know what is the right thing. I don't want Gale to sacrifice himself for power, because he's better than that. Bubbaloni says, because gods are primordial manifestations of our best and worst qualities. She's a manifestation of magic, and magic by definition is a cult or secret. That's a good point. Alright, you deserve to be cured, Gale. Well, how about, is that what you want?
Perhaps. I see few other options open to me. If I ever want to reclaim those parts of myself the orb snatched away. If I ever want to be me again.
We're gonna cure you, I promise.
Thank you. There aren't many I'd trust to stand beside me on such a journey. Fewer still who would do so because they believed I deserved such a chance. If I could promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down.
I don't doubt you
Now,
at all.
I believe we've a date with an Elder Brain to get to. shall we?
That was pretty cool. We got to meet Mistra. That was unexpected. All right, let me timestamp this, and then we'll talk about the robe, because somebody had asked about the robe.